Hi guys, it's Miss Shouter here. We're back with more of The Terrible 2 by Jory John and Mac Barnett, illustrated by Kevin Cornell. Let's get started. We were on chapter 26. Principal Barkin was relaxed. He sat back in his chair. His face was not purple or even deep red. It was face-colored. Miles took this as a very bad sign. I think maybe I was framed, Miles said. You were framed, said Barkin. And who, Miles Murphy, would frame you? He couldn't write. Lots of people. Lots of people. Miles Murphy, I don't doubt that lots of people dislike you, but that is because you are a prankster, and now you have just pulled another prank. I didn't do it, said Miles. And how do you explain the evidence? A coincidence? Yes, of course, a coincidence. You had a locker full of whipped cream and cherries on the same day Stuart got a face full of whipped cream and cherries. Quite a coincidence. And Stuart's locker, of course, was until Tuesday your locker, meaning you had the combination. So really, that's two coincidences. With all these coincidences, Miles Murphy, I'd suggest you hurry out and buy a lottery ticket, except for one thing. Today is your unlucky day. Miles slouched. Another reason I would not suggest you buy a lottery ticket, Barkin continued, is that it's illegal for a kid to buy a lottery ticket, and so I never suggest it. Not that the lawyer ever, not that the law ever stopped Miles Murphy. It's also illegal for a kid to drive, and even more illegal for a kid to drive my car, and probably also illegal to park a car at the top of the steps of the school, which I still don't understand how you did. I didn't, Miles said. Barkin chuckled. Never in all my years as a principal has a car blocked the entrance to this school. Never has a swarm of crickets descended on a classroom full of good students, including my son Josh, who is a great student. Never have I come across a locker booby-trapped with a pie catapult. And you know what else I've never seen before this year? Barkin extended a surprisingly long index finger. You, Miles Murphy. Now tell me, is that just another coincidence? Yes, Miles said. Miles Murphy, do not interrupt me. That was a rhetorical question. Don't you even know what a rhetorical question is? Miles didn't know whether to answer. Barkin looked at him expectantly. Yes, Miles said. And that was a trick question, Barkin said. You were doomed before you answered it or not. A classic Barkin trap. Miles winced. Outside in the distance, a cow mooed. Moo. Don't you see, Miles Murphy? You can't win. In fact, you've already lost. The game was over the second you decided to take on a Barkin. The principal pushed back his chair and leapt onto his maroon rug. The Barkins have been principals at Yanni Valley for 5 generations. Right now, it's not just me bearing down on you, Miles Murphy. You are feeling the weight of history on your shoulders. Tangle with one Barkin and you tangle with all of us. Principal Barkin gestured at a wall of portraits in chintzy frames. There are only 4, Miles said. What? There are only 4 portraits. You said there were 5 generations of Barkin principals. Yes, well, my father's portrait was removed. For a moment, Principal Barkin lost his momentum. Grandpa Jimmy had been a good man, always making silver dollars appear from behind little Barry's ears. He did the trick every Thanksgiving, the only time Barry's father let Grandpa Jimmy visit. What's that, some dirt behind your ears? Grandpa Jimmy would say. Then, reaching forward, ta-da! A silver coin would appear behind his grandfather's finger. Would appear between his grandfather's. Then, reaching forward, ta-da! A single coin would appear between his grandfather's fingers. And that wasn't even the best part. After a 10-minute speech about the serious real-world importance of behind-the-ear hygiene, emphasizing both cleaning philosophy and technique, Grandpa Jimmy would give Barry the coin, so long as he promised to deposit it in his federally insured Little Savers College savings account. Compound interest, Jimmy would say. That's the real magic trick. So let's see. We have Thaddeus Barkin, 1868, Roger Barkin, 1903, Bertrand Barkin, 1971, and Barry Barkin, 1999. But Grandpa Jimmy had been soft. He canceled school in the blizzard of 32, besmirching Yanni Valley's otherwise perfect school operation record. Principal Barkin remembered the day his father, former Principal Barkin, then just Principal Barkin, took over his office. Take it down, Bertrand Barkin had said. Those were his first official words of principalship. And so Bird, the janitor, had removed the portrait of James Jimmy Barkin from the wall. After school, on the way to his dad's car, Barry saw the painting. Its frame cracked, leaning against a green dumpster. He thought about sneaking it home, disobeying his father, stuffing it in the trunk, smuggling it up to his room at night, and hiding it in his closet behind his blazers. But he hadn't. Maybe he should have. So it says, James Jimmy Barkin, 1930. No, surely Barry Barkin had made the right choice that day, just as Bertrand had been right to take the portrait down, because a principal's authority must be absolute. There was no room for weakness. Principal Barkin's eyes refocused. Detention. After school and before school, every day until you leave this school. Miles sank. Chapter 27. Miles had never even heard of before-school detention. Technically, that wasn't even detention. You had to be at school already to be detained. What would you call it? Prevention? Apprehension? Incarceration? What was he going to tell his mom? He walked to the bathroom. Niles Sparks was sitting on his sink. Miles was too tired to be surprised. How did you know I'd come here? First place I'd go if I got all those detentions, Niles said. Miles went to the next sink and turned on the cold tap. There was only a cold tap. He looked in the mirror. He did not look well. He needed sleep. And now he was going to have to wake up early so he could make it to detention. Listen, Niles, he said, I surrender. Sorry, said Niles. I don't accept. Niles, I can't do this anymore. I'm not going to have time to prank anymore. You win, please. Let's end the prank war. Niles grinned. Oh, we can end the prank war. But I don't accept your surrender. Niles held out his hand. Truce. But, oh, come on, Niles said. Buck up. So I'm ahead right now. You would have gotten me eventually. Miles wasn't sure that was true. It's true, Niles said. I keep telling you, you've got real talent. You understand people, and you're quick on your feet. That bacon flyer for Coach O, that's brilliant. The 10 plagues excuse, I could never have made that up on the spot. He shrugged. I'm more of a planner. Yeah? Yeah, I never wanted this prank war to begin with. Pranksters like us shouldn't be stepping on each other's wingtips. Miles splashed some water on his face. A lot of so-called pranksters, said Niles. They just flush a cherry bomb down that toilet and spend the rest of the school year high-fiving themselves. But we've got ambition. We're visionaries. Miles had always thought of himself as a bit of a visionary. Miles, we need each other. We need each other? I thought you're always saying how much you can teach me. Oh, I can, Niles said. Miles rolled his eyes. Look, I can teach you things. You can teach me things. Together we'll prank better. We complement each other, blah, 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 great, whatever. That's not why we need each other. The faucet ran. Why then? Miles asked. I need a friend, Niles said. Niles was matter of fact. And so do you. Pranking is better with a buddy. Niles held out his hand. Truth? If Miles shook, well, that was that. They wouldn't just be school buddies. They'd be real buddies. Miles took a good look at the kid perched on the sink. He'd never met anyone like him. A sash-wearing kiss-up with the secret brain of a pranking mastermind. A visionary. A weirdo. Did Miles Murphy really want to be friends with a kid like Niles Sparks? Truce. They shook. Niles hopped off the sink. Great. I'm going to go get you off the hook with Barkin. Wait, how? Pretty sure it's a violation of Chapter 13, Section 2 of the Disciplinary Code to punish you when there's only circumstantial evidence. What? You know, stuff that implies you committed a crime but doesn't prove it. I'm going to tell him we should give you some slack and try to catch you red-handed so he can forget about detention and just expel you. He'd love to expel you. Miles shut off the tap. Okay, and so I guess that I just lay low for a while? No way, Niles said, bound for the door. You and I are going to pull the biggest prank Yanni Valley's ever seen. Fact number 921. The average person eats 48 pints of ice cream a year. Guess who we could thank for all that ice cream? Cows. Have you thanked a cow today? Fact number 922. No two cows have the same set of spots. Their spot patterns are like fingerprints. That is good to know in case a cow robs your bank. Fact number 923. Cows do not rob banks. Oh, what do you guys think?